So in an industry where an employee is the fundamental asset, the term factory can sound a little soulless. But if you look at IT services companies these days, they've reached industrial proportions. A few 100,000 employees, global scale, multiple service lines. And in a complicated environment like this, some companies just do a better job at running the operations than others. And so we polled a lot of delivery leaders across about 22 IT services companies across the globe. And we found out 5 things that leaders do differently. So the first one is talent supply chain. What we found out is leaders are able to fulfill resources much faster and run higher utilization compared to the peers. And where they stand out is one view of assets. They know exactly where their assets are, what skill types. The demand side speaks to supply with very little time lag and very clear asset ownership rights throughout the entire talent supply chain. The next one is what we call program lifecycle management. Large programs continuously change over life cycle, and sometimes the baseline is forgotten, not committed to organizational memories. Leaders, at any point in time, for all the projects, know what performance is expected, not only economics, but various productivity and quality metrics, and keep on benchmarking them. The aim is to find out what's going south and the root cause behind it earlier than later. The third thing is automation. Very difficult, extremely bespoke. So leaders figured this out, and it's not an easy remedy, if you may, or easy one-stop solution. And so they've driven organizationally, it's almost a part of the organizational consciousness, and it's driven through centers of excellence and with KPIs and KRAs flowing down from the CEO level. The fourth one is what we call delivery overhead architecture. It's a little bit like the pyramid. What leaders do well is they optimize the senior most resources, as in they use them to full potential, which leads to a pyramid and not an hourglass structure. Now, these 4 things help companies deliver optimal quality at the right cost, exactly what their customers are expecting from them. But that's for the legacy paradigm. When we start talking about digital, then agility becomes very important. So that's the 5th point. When we get to agility, we feel that companies are moving along the curve. It's a new development methodology, changes to productivity benchmarks, changes to how the process is carried out, quality elements in the process. DevOps is new. Companies are at various points. But what we feel is that time is limited, because at this point in time, a lot of their customers are struggling with implementing it in their own shops. They're not thinking outsourcing, offshoring. So what will become important, or rather what they're expecting their service provider to do, is come and show them the way. So all those diagnostics, laying out the methodology, coaching will become very important. And the faster companies get to that, the better it'll be for them. And this has to be done within the next, I would say, time is of essence out here, the next 12 to 18 months.